Morning everybody, welcome to Sunday Q&A. For those of you that were watching yesterday, I've moved spot. It was a bit noisy. I do the Saturday and the Sunday Q&A at the same time. It's just because it's getting too heavy to do one in one hit. Otherwise it's like the omnibus edition of Downton Abbey or something. So I've moved spot. So yesterday we did the jigsaw van and ratchet straps, and today we're doing a lot of miscellaneous. Got a lot of miscellaneous questions, and some of them that got roped in with the other videos. So right, what we got? Let's get cracking. Mark Grindle, he says, I'm on Amazon in Inverness. Would you start on a CX? Yes, but I would consider tramping. I would consider, maybe not all the time, I'm not saying get the job out of Inverness and disappear all week, but I would say you might want to think about, if you're going to start, spending the odd night out. So you might say get an Inverness to Manchester, then you might get an Inverness, then a Manchester down to, or not, a Leeds to Portsmouth, stay over, and then the next day Portsmouth to Northampton, and then a Northampton to Preston, and think I'm going home. That kind of thing. I think if you're thinking about maybe joining and just doing little jobs around Inverness, there's not a ton of work in Scotland. There are worse areas, and if you're in Aberdeen, it's probably the best area. But if you were thinking of doing it, I'll move that a bit closer, it seems far away. But if you were thinking of doing it and not, I think you might have to consider staying away a little bit, So it's going to start raining now, isn't it? Oh yeah, Dolly. Good luck with a new website, mate. Dolly's he's contacted me. They run like freezers. They run freezer vans, so they use the CX for freezer backloads, which is not the greatest for, I don't think. But yeah, it's just done a load of. We did the Dolly's dilemma on when you can actually start sending customers sort of notes on what you do. I think on the whole, people kind of thought, well, you weren't breaking any of the rules there. So it strikes me that you got the thumbs up from the community. I think the rest is down to you, my friend. But good luck with the new website. Smart Bomb, Jason Bevan, and Jason Burt. Yeah, on the internet speed thing. Jason Burke says try uploading it on a lower quality. I thought about that, but I'm kind of future-proofing it, which is if I start uploading it now on a lower quality, you can guarantee sooner or later YouTube will go, you can't play these videos. Probably sooner or later, but you can't play these videos anyway, but I've got less chance of it happening to me sooner if I upload it on a better quality. So, and I'm not really sure if it's down to my internet speed or if it's down to the time I'm doing it, because my internet speed at home, it says I've got 3.4 megabits a second uploading, which apparently the normal one is 1.2. Downloading, you're looking at 34. Uploading is slow. Having said that, I just did my Saturday Q&A at the mechanics, and it uploaded 8 minutes in, I don't know, no time at all. 6 minutes, something like that. So I wonder if it also might be the length of the videos. When they get into 20 minutes, half an hour, I wonder if that's what's slowing them down. But hey, we'll get to the bottom of it one day, or we won't. You never know. So, raining. Why are you doing this to me? Alright, bear with me. I've moved on out of the waterfront, I've coming out of the rain. Right. Yeah, sorry about it. Change of scenery, we're back in the mechanics now. Well, those that watched yesterday will be very familiar with this surrounding. Those that didn't, well, are they here? Cool, fantastic. Bits just turned up for van. We're getting the van service today. Right, it's Saturday, by the way, to me. Right, Steve Bradley, alcohol deliveries. He says they're back-breaking, but they're good money. Alcohol deliveries come in two types. Basically, there's ones that say should be delivered into the cellar, and ones that say we don't deliver into the cellar. If you get it, you be aware of both. The ones that deliver into the cellar will kind of want a handball, and sometimes the cellar might be up the ramp, along the corridor, in through the cupboard, that kind of thing. It might not just be a matter of dropping it down a hole. So, and alcohol deliveries, like I say, are often, and also sometimes it gets sent through the CX, and it doesn't say alcohol on it. We used to have a driver, it would come through, and even if it was curbside delivery, he'd ring it back up and say, no, don't do alcohol. I don't know why, I don't even know what his ethical situation was. He said, no, don't do anything to do with drugs, don't do smoking, don't do alcohol, I won't touch it. And he would just reject the job. And they never ever turned around to him. What's that? I don't know. And they never ever turned around to him and went, oh, we're going to give you good feedback, bad feedback. You did it, because he just would have gone, absolutely not. You should have put alcohol on the job. So yeah, it'd be worth it if they did. Kind of like Amazon as well. We said before, be nice to know if it was an airport, be nice to know if it was a hospital, be nice to know if it was Amazon. So that kind of thing. Right, Lavina Royale. Oh yeah, we talked about boots. He did my thing on, which boots to wear. He says the Uvex 2 composite boot is very, very good. It's expensive. I'll have a look at it, mate. But in fairness, I've got enough boots, I think, to last me pretty much the next 5 years. They don't wear out that quick, but I will have a look. Sub Carmen Singh, he was the one who's got the needle about the fact that shippers expect you to do handball for free. I did do you a video. One thing I do think about, if they ever turn around to you and they say they want a handball for free, just turn around to them and go, okay, yeah, no problem, absolutely. By the way, can I have... You don't work Saturdays, do you? Are you all right at 10 o'clock? Can I have your mobile number? And I'll give you my address. Or I'll say, I'll give you my address. If they say why, so I'm just hoping, Saturday morning, I've got a load of gardening to do. If you could just pop round and cut my grass for nothing. And when they go, what are you talking about? Go, mate, I'm joking with you. Would you do it? Would you do it? Would you come around and do an hour's work for nothing? And when they say no, I say, why do you expect me to do it? I've got to move all these boxes up a flight of stairs. You wouldn't do it. So... it's a bit different when it's like when I'm on the market where they turn around and say, they turn around and say it's £12. I'll give you 10. And go, no, it's £12. It's only £2. You go, well, give me 14 then. Well, 14? What are you talking about 14? You go, yeah, it's different when it's your £2, isn't it? Anyway, I did a little video on that for you, mate. That'll go out next week. Steve Campbell. He's done a video link onto a working taco. There's a few out there. The problem is I don't know which taco I've got, and it's one of those things I can only focus on one thing at a time. I will tell that story one day, but it's too long. Get the lorry working first. Once I've actually got the licence, then I'm just going to knock them down like dominoes, one at a time. There's no point in me trying to learn. I will work out how the taco goes when I'm driving it. I will work out how to secure a load in the back when I'm driving it. I'll work out how many pallets go in the back when I'm driving it. But I've got to be driving the thing first, one step at a time. But thanks for a link anyway, and if I can, I'll do a little link up. James Harris. What do I think of Luton vans with one side curtain conversion? Is that the right? I think that's got to be the one. There might have been another one in there if we come to it. Luton van tailless curtain side is probably the best way forward. If it hasn't got a curtain side, as a lot of them don't because they're ex-courier vans that have curtains, in which case they've done 1,000,000 miles, you can get one side converted. I mean, a figure's been bandied about. You could pay anything from 800 up to about 1,800 to get one side. I reckon you'd probably get your money back in a month or two, because the amount of extra jobs you can do. And you've got to bear in mind, if you're one side rigid and one side curtain, you've got the best of both worlds. If you've got to strap a load up, you get the near side converted, because if you've got to strap a load up, you strap it up against the offside, which means with the camber of the road, the weight is better. And if they've got a load from the curbside, they've got a nice big curtain. I've seen various vans that way. Yeah, worth doing. What do I think? I thought by the time I've worked out it's going to cost me this much money to have it converted, plus the time off the road, I can buy a truck which has got two sides converted and a tuck under tail lift for 2/3 extra, and that's how this whole process started in the first place. So, yeah. So what do I think? Should you get some? My personal opinion was go and buy a lorry, but then I'm a bit like that. I've gone straight to the finish line. I'll let you know how it goes if I ever get in it. Not bitter. James Harris. Oh no, we just done that one. Danny Richardson. Wishes there was an insurance that would cover everything. I mentioned this yesterday. Ken the Sox, who's one of our mates, who's a market trader, has sorted something out with some firm where he's managing to get insurance for his own goods to do the markets and to do like removals and to do that. He said it's costing him more money and he may never use it. But he's kind of very much belts and braces, Ken. He says it's nice to know it's in place if he ever needs it. So I will try and find out of him what he's got, and if I can, I'll pass it on. Ian Merrick says, this is to do with getting your own end users off the CX. He said, when I joined with their sales pitch earlier this year, they said it's a good way to get end users. I think you might have had a bit of a bum steer there, because you can't get an end user off the CX. Every person you go in, you represent somebody else. They're salesmen at the end of the day. They want you up and running. They want you done. But yeah, I would say not really. You can't. If you're going to get end users, you've got to get them totally off your own steam. You can't use the CX again. You have to go on the yellow pages. You have to go on the internet. You have to walk around the local estates. You can't go in and go, oh, wonderful, this is me, use me in the future. That's a definite no. So he also said, what rates to charge? He said, which is bizarre for a bidding platform. Yeah, kind of is. The thing is, I've done one on this, on what I reckon, you've got an idea of what you're going to charge. Charge too little, you'll get nothing. Charge within the right band. If you're cheap, you've got more chance of winning a job. If you're dear, you've got a decent chance of winning a job for good money if you're in the right place, right time. I had a really good one on Friday. And it was, how was it coming out of? It came up, medium wheelbase, it might even be medium wheelbase, going 100 miles, and I wasn't even going to bid on it. I think he's going to want that. It's about 60, 70 quid. And it said underneath in the notes, job pays £130. I'm like, hello, I'm not far away. I said, mate, I've just put an e-quote in, £129, just because they noticed me that way. And I said, I've just been on that job. He says, it was in Thame. And he went, oh yeah, Van Gogh. I went, yeah. I said, mate, that's a lot of money for a medium wheelbase. I was honest with him. He said, yeah, no, I don't care. I'm sending it through now. I've got 130 quid for going 100 miles. I ended up in Cambridge on Friday night. It's not too bad for me. And I had a really good start to the day as well. I was on decent money by about 9:30. Up early, out everywhere as usual. What weights are charged and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. It's again, I've done one on that. Normally, if you win the band, it might have just been that I happened to be the right van at right place, right time. And he might have needed the job moved in a hurry. I think they did. I think when I delivered it, the guys went, yeah, this is supposed to be here a day ago. Where did you actually get it from? You can't just plead ignorance on that one. Just lucky. Sometimes you get lucky. James Garraway, he done one. He said with the taco cards, you've got two taco cards. You've got your driver's card and you've got your company card. He says the company card reads the information in the taco. The driver's card records what the driver's doing. Yeah, again, I kind of know that, but again, it's something that is probably going to become much clearer when I start driving the thing. And you also, for the driver's card, you need a card reader. But I've spoke to my mate Paul Forster about this, and he's bang on. He knows everything, and he told me all the information. I said, Paul, in the nicest possible way, I'll give you a bell back as soon as I'm actually up and running, so I forget it all now. But these card readers aren't there. You get them off Amazon for about a score, and he told me the software to use as well. Got to get into all of this, but this is all to come. This is all in the future. Arpad Attila. I'm sorry, mate, I've scribbled your last word. I think it's either CB or CB or something like that. And James T. Rowan are looking to hear I'm getting on with the O licence. You and me both, guys. Yeah, me too. Please God, didn't think it would take this long. I guess it's the lockdown. Richard S. on insurance. He said he used Admiral. Admiral also used a black box. They give you 10% off for that. And he said he got his wife covered on the package, which give him cheaper insurance, but then the CX turned around to him and said that he couldn't have the basic package because he had his wife on the van and she might be using it, so like the two of them doing it. I'll be honest with you, mate, I probably wouldn't have told him. I just wouldn't have told him about what van insurance I had. I would have just said it's me running on the CX, because let's face it, the missus ain't really going to drive the van, is she? I wouldn't have said anything, but you've done it now, I suppose. So I'd consider a black box. I never actively, sometimes you look down and go, oh, I've overdone it a little bit there. But I always desperately try to keep inside the weights and speeds and all that kind of stuff. So, there we go. Tarts and, I thought it was Tarts and something, says he's thinking of joining. He's looking to do 8 months here and then 4 months abroad. Come in here, tramp, bang it out and then do 4 months abroad. Yeah, there's absolutely no reason to why you can do that, my friend. I kind of get you. I mean, I've got a mate, Ivan, who's a taxi driver, and he's married to a lady from Thailand, and he said his plan was always to bang it out here for 8 months and then disappear off to Thailand for 4 months. And yeah, there's nothing stopping you doing it, mate. Absolutely not. I'm sure you could easily make it. If you're clever about it, you could probably get the ratio even better. But I see no reason why not to do that. The only thing is you will be paying a year's subscription, probably a year's insurance on the van if you want to build up your no claims. So there will be 4 months you're paying for that you won't be using. But as long as you've got somewhere to park the van up, then you can just leave it and then there are very few jobs that you can go on holiday for 4 months and just walk straight back into. So yeah, it could work for you. See no reason why not on that score. Record says he's had a chat with his VAT advisor or his accountant, and he said you don't want to be VAT registered. Because you're not going to turn over more than £86,000 a year as a sole trader. This is probably true. I very much doubt you'll be turning over more than that. And he said, I can still claim the extra day back off the expenses. He says, am I missing something? I think so. So I'm going to do a video on this, and I am going to throw it out to the masses, to the more educated than me. But yeah, I actually think it is in your benefit to be VAT registered, and I'll do a video explaining why, because I think it needs to be out there. Desmond O'Brien. Yeah, thanks very much for all the tips on the taco cards. He's just done his CPC training. Yeah, he's 5 years clear as well. Yeah, 1 a year now, I think. When we actually get this up and running, 1 a year. maybe starting next year, so I might have to do 2 1 year. I think I'll probably find a day when I've got nothing to do. And in fairness, I might have a day when I've got nothing to do, when I've got to get the van, the lorry MOT'd. I might stick one in for that. It's not a bad idea, actually. James Harris, can I do one on tail lift maintenance? Yeah, I will. Thing is, I hate tail lift maintenance. Well, I didn't even know you needed tail lift maintenance when I was a market trader. I would drive around for 25 years, never had my tail lift. Apparently, you've got to have it looked at twice a year. And I personally think, and comments people, I think this is just a massive money-making scheme. Why have I got to have my tail lift clarified twice a year? What's it going to do? I mean, the odds of it actually jumping off and smashing someone's foot is very, very remote indeed. So, yeah, I'll try and do one on that one if I can. But, yeah, maybe we'll have a few comments on that one first. So, I did one on wrong addresses. Danny Boy says he's been sent to 2 wrong addresses, but they all paid, which is fair. If you ring them up, you go, I did a video recently on wrong addresses. You get the wrong address, ring the shipper, say you sent me the wrong place. I can take it here, but there is a re-delivery fee, you know. And he's still racing me for the O licence. Yeah, good luck with that, Dan. Let's see you come on. I have a sneaky suspicion you'll beat me, but good luck. Also, I've done this appeal before. I'm going to do it one more time. My mate George Farnell, he's out in Belfast. He's joined doing the Amazon. Hates the Amazon. If there's anyone out in the Belfast area who's got jobs for couriers or knows, or maybe jobs going out, he'd even come over to the mainland with it and then maybe come over here and work for a bit and come back. Any help we can throw the guys' way would be massively appreciated. Yorkshireman Daily Grind, love this guy. Always, you know, always a sensible comment. Not all, and always not necessarily, you know, very balanced man. So that's kind of cool. He drew our attention to the fact there's a WIMS, which is basically a weighted motion system. And they've put this on the smart motorways, which means when you're driving down the motorway, they can actually weigh you while you're driving down. I think there's one when you come off at the junction for Newport Pagnell, junction 14. As you go up the slip road, there's this big mast, and it has actually got a weight on it. So like when you get up to like the traffic lights, it can weigh your van, and if you're over, it will pull you over, take the nearest weight and nick you. So watch your weights, guys. You said it before, you know. Lee Westcott says, have I ever turned up to a job that looked like it wouldn't survive the trip? I thought about this. No, I haven't. I moved to the... I had to come in because of the rain. Hang on a second. And we're back. Yeah, Lee Westcott, have you ever turned up a trip that looked like it wouldn't survive the trip? No, but I moved the Christmas decorations for Selfridges. They in Oxford Street. They had to be very great big glass baubles. They had to be kind of, but they were well packed and all that kind of stuff. I think if you turn up and it looks fragile, take a picture, ring the shipper and go, look, I'm going to put this on board. Take a picture of it when it's on board. Take a picture of it when you've got your straps and your blankets over it, and go, look, I've done my best here. This is what it was like when I picked it up. This is what it's like when I'm on board. This is what it's like when I've secured it as best I possibly can. If it gets to the other side and it's in pieces, on your head be it, I would say. And finally, Roadrunners Dispatch says, make sure, this is, again, I'll do a video on this, is important. If you have to do waiting time, if you have to do loading time, don't close the job down. Because if you close the job down, the shipper can't alter it at his end, which means you have to alter it at your end, and then their accounts department might have a ruck with you. So that is worth doing. So that's kind of it, guys. That's Sunday Q&A for another week. Hope you're all well. Finally, a conclusion today comes from Matthew McDonald, who says, if I dyed my hair black, I might look like negging out of The Walking Dead. Started watching The Walking Dead, really liked it at first. So got to about series 3 and give up on it, which apparently is when old... is it Philip Morrissey? Comes in as a prison warden. Apparently that's when he got really good again, because he's in it and I like him. I've had that one. I've also had the geezer out of Happy, and I've also had Beryl Reid, but that's a long story. On the plus side, and I've also had Freddie Boswell, but fortunately now I've had a new haircut, not quite so much. So that's it for another week, guys. I'll do some more during the week. Hope you're all well. I hope you're taking care and take your money.